Hey, I'm Mike.
Hey, I'm Chris.
And this is Mike or Chris Reloaded. Mike and Chris
Mike
Reloaded.
or?
Mike or. Yeah, well, I mean, it
I
doesn't
guess
take
I
both
guess
of
I guess it
us.
could be either or.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you could be the guy, and I could just be like sitting at home.
You could be like the silent partner, but you're never silent.
Hey, I owe you $15.
Oh yeah.
$7.50 for this,
I,
seven for this month, and $8 for
I
next.
better call off those guys then.
Damn, I'm gonna pay it. Don't break my legs.
Hey, Mike. Last week we talked about these movies that were made from video games.
Yes, and they were terrible.
Yes, they were absolutely horrible. But I know we were talking about this afterwards. What if we flipped this?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
What
I
if we
mean,
took some pretty decent movies and made just crappy video games out of them?
yeah, they made quite a few crappy games out of some good movies.
They did actually. It's a shame actually.
It is a shame, and it's worse that I played probably almost every one of them.
Yeah, I think we were talking about our list together, and I think we went over a lot of the ones we actually played the same. I'm like, wow, we led sad childhood lives.
Yeah, back then rental wasn't as popular. Renting games wasn't that popular when I was a kid, so my parents bought these games. So
Also, too, if you think about it, though, I mean, back then, like these games were like, "Ooh, we're a kid. This is awesome for us." Now it's like, "Oh my god, what were we thinking?"
now, like the game I was talking to you that you didn't like, the Jaws game.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a. I actually enjoyed this game. So basically, the premise of this game is to you fish around an entire ocean, and when you find a sea creature, it transforms you into a scuba diver, and you have to attack the sea creature with your scuba gear on and stuff.
chumming for Jaws.
Yep, chumming for Jaws. And I never actually beat the game, but I had a lot of enjoyment just driving that little boat around that big vast ocean for hours on end.
Mike, I'm not going to lie, that explains an awful lot. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah. But anyways, most people thought this game was shit. So
I'll tell you what game actually got to me, man, and it was the movie that came out, Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
see, you're gonna make fun of me because I love that game
No, the
too.
movie was great too.
Yeah.
It was kind of an original thing. You got the mixture of the cartoon live action thing. You know what I'm saying? Bob Hoskins. Um, and then they make the video game. I remember playing the video game. I was like, oh, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. And then it just gets kind of ridiculously hard, and you just cannot beat anything.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, look, the movie came out in like 1989 for Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
You're a kid. How do you make it that hard?
Yeah. I don't remember beating that. Like, if you listen to a lot of our podcasts, anyways, you know that I'm notorious for playing a game and not beating it, anyways.
Oh, I'm the same way. I'm notorious for just buying a game, not even playing it.
Well, my wife won't let me buy games anymore, so I GameFly. Shout out to GameFly. But yeah, and they pissed me off this month too. So not
Real
a
big shout out to GameFly.
yeah, not a high end. Usually, I will go off the tangent here. We're still talking about Roger Rabbit, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But anyways, if you subscribe to GameFly, usually if there's a new release game out, you put it in your game queue, and that's the only game in your game queue. They ship it out Monday. Everybody knows Tuesday's release day for games. So you either get it Tuesday or Wednesday, one day late. This time I didn't get the damn game till today, so I had to go to Redbox. Shout out to Redbox because it actually had Mass Effect Andromeda in there so that I could play it.
Brought to you by the makers of GameFly.
Yes, brought to you by the makers of Game Boy. But anyways, 1989, Roger Rabbit, NES game. Takes place 1947 in LA, and pretty much the game for me was just calling, what's his name? Benny, yeah, Benny the cab, and just fast traveling everywhere. That's what I did.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, I mean, it had a good concept. The game did. I mean, you're whatever you played as Bob Hoskins' character, and you bounced around, and I think you played as Roger Rabbit later on too.
Yeah,
But
Roger Rabbit follows you the whole game.
it's just there. Like I said, when you get to the end of it, it's just like it's literally impossible to beat.
Yeah, it
And I
is.
know Kent will probably argue with me on this one. I beat it, because Kent. That's what Kent does.
Can't beat games.
Yes.
I give up on games and move on to other games because there's such a vast library. But yeah, Eddie Valiant is who you play most of the time in a game. Gotta
Yes.
love Eddie. Alcoholic private detective.
Rest your soul, Bob Hoskins. Rest your soul.
But yet they turned it into a G-rated game. But whatever.
And they didn't turn it into a G-rated movie
No, they did turn it into a G-rated.
with the infamous crotch shot.
Yeah.
Anyway, another time.
Yeah. So next, 1993, they produced a game which was terrible, based off a good movie. I mean, I think everybody has seen The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yes, it's one of the top. I think it's in like the top 15, 20 of all-time classic movies.
Yeah, I mean, it's been redone and redone and redone and retold, and
Yeah.
I mean, but the game for the Super Nintendo it came out. I think that was the only platform that it came out on, wasn't it?
Yes.
And we were talking about this. Basically, you play as Dorothy, who's she's trying to get to the
Emerald City.
get to the Emerald City and stop the Wicked Witch at the same time from trying to steal her ruby shoe, right? Ruby slippers.
Ruby slippers. But Dorothy somehow is like a ninja kicking Dorothy with a magic wand
that shoots bubbles or something like that. I don't remember what it shot, but it shot something.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you get to play as the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion and the Scarecrow, and each have a different ability in it too. So
ninja kicking Dorothy with a wand, Mike.
I know, for cripes' sake, it was terrible. I agree on this one. It was terrible. It was. I do not recommend playing this game at all.
Ninja kicking Dorothy.
Yes. Yes. I don't remember what did it shoot out.
Laser beams, Mike.
Was it
laser beams?
Was it laser beams?
Yes.
I know she was the only one that could shoot stars and bubbles in the game. I mean, I remember that part. That was about the vast of my knowledge in this game. That was a long time ago.
If the movie actually had Dorothy ninja kicking people and with lasers shooting lasers from a wand, it probably would have just like been Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Not that it wasn't Blockbuster already.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it would have just been probably the number one movie of all time.
Yeah, I know you're going to talk about. You're going to skip out, and I want to add just to piss Kent off. I'm going to add the Aliens Colonial Marines game.
Oh, I wasn't going to skip out on it.
Oh, okay. You said that it wasn't so bad that you were thinking about not including it. So
well,
I just wanted to piss Kent off.
I just said it was. I mean, it was decent. It was the concept was decent. The story was good. The gameplay was shit.
Yeah, it came out in 2013. It's a fairly new game. I mean,
yeah, it's not like we're in the era of Nintendo or Atari.
Yeah, they should have had practice. I mean, this should have been a slam dunk here, but it came out on the PS3 and the 360, and it was, to me, in all rights, it was a terrible game. I mean, it was just the controls didn't seem right in my hand, and I just because the multiplayer, didn't you get to play as the aliens too?
Yes.
Yeah. And I just thought that the aliens, you couldn't do enough as the aliens when you played in the multiplayer. It was just like...
yeah, you just like whip them with your tail. Or
yeah.
Scratch them with your claw or whatever.
Yeah, it was... I just thought it was terrible.
They had kill shots you can do. You grab them and get up close and strike them with the little mouth thing. But you're right. It's the gameplays on it was just horrible. The camera angles were just disgusting. They did have. Again, the concept was good. It was based off of right after the second Aliens movie, Aliens.
Yeah, this was supposedly a continuation of the story.
Yeah, it was actually a sequel to the actual movie itself,
which they hadn't done yet.
Yeah,
so,
which is basically another group of Marines show up,
right,
to find the first group of Marines show up to find the missing colonists.
You play a guy named Christopher Winters, I believe. Winter is his name, and you're basically on a search and rescue mission for Ripley.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the concept of the story sounds good, but I mean, the gameplay just didn't add up to me.
Which, like I said, they did have like a few little Easter eggs, like when Hudson. You remember Hudson? Right?
Yeah.
Game over, man. When he ended up getting taken, you don't know whatever happened to him, but in the game you actually find him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't play the whole game out. I just played the beta, and then I played a little bit.
Yeah, he's there. You find his body. He's all cocooned out and everything else. So.
And, I mean, I'm sure somebody's going to argue. I'm not going to mention their name. Somebody's going to argue that I only played the beta in the beginning of the story, that it did get better. The beta build was better, or the game was better than the beta build. And
it was a little bit better, but I did play the whole game, and I did beat it, and it wasn't.
Yeah. I remember you guys. Didn't you beat it on multiplayer with Kent?
I believe so.
I believe so too, because I remember you guys playing it.
Yeah.
Because you were still on my friends. I didn't boot you off my friends list during 2013.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen until like 2014.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I knew it was someone.
Actually, you booted me off your friends list, I think.
I don't think I booted anybody off.
It
I
just
still got people on there
disappears.
from like years ago.
It just disappears. I booted Wendell from my friends list once. He stopped playing games with me, so I was like,
accident, quote unquote.
yeah. No, I did it on purpose. I told him I did. And now I threaten him every time I talk to him. If he doesn't follow through on what he says, I'll kick you off my friends list.
I mentioned we're talking about the things like games or whatever, like Nintendo or Atari, and I'm just going to throw this one out. I don't have a whole lot of as far as Atari goes, but one of the absolute worst ones I think as far as Atari ever did was E.T.
Oh, yeah. They got a money pit of E.T. games somewhere.
Oh my God, man!
Did they ever find
all
them?
you have is this little little ET looking thing walking around eating little dots, which I'm assuming were Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, they were. I don't know. I don't know what they were, but the basics of the game was that you were trying to collect 3 pieces of an intergalactic telephone.
Yeah, to phone home.
So you could phone home. I mean, it was pretty bad. Yeah,
But that's all. That's all I really want to say about that one.
Yeah, we'll just skip that. But did they ever find the ET games? I never watched the documentary. Wasn't that what they did? They threw a big pit.
Yeah, there's something like that. They were looking for. I don't think they ever did.
I don't remember.
We'll have to look that up.
I'll have to watch it or tell us because I'm not watching that document. I'm not watching a documentary about a guy looking for ET games because I have no interest in ET. But anywho, so one of the worst games, but it is a worst movie too, was Street Fighter the movie. I don't even think we should include this in the list because the movie was terrible. Anyways.
Let's just get these out of the way. You got Street Fighter the movie, the game, which was based off of the game, off of the movie, which is off of the game.
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway,
I'm confused.
Both of them were just shit. Don't be confused about that.
Yeah, they were.
You got Spider-Man 3, which was absolutely atrocious, and then they made a game which was even worse. And then you've got Catwoman.
Catwoman!
With Halle Berry, which was crap. No. And then they made a game.
She was hot.
Which was crap.
The game sucked, but Halle Berry was hot.
The movie sucked, Mike.
But she was hot.
If I put a smoking hot woman in a pile of shit, are you just going to stare at that all day?
Yes. My wife actually, I think that's the only superhero movie she likes is Catwoman. That's pretty funny. I don't like Catwoman.
Once again, I'm going back to my original statement. This explains an awful lot, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
But in Catwoman, you got to climb walls, you got to swing from poles like a stripper, and you got to solve really easy puzzles. I played it. Yes,
so did I.
I'm sorry.
For about 3 minutes.
I beat it. You get to upgrade your character. You get to upgrade Catwoman. Okay, yeah, it sucked. Don't buy it. Don't rent it. Don't even look it up. Let's just forget that it even existed. See, but now this one on my list, I am not a Transformers fan. I do not like Michael Bay's Transformer movies.
Explosions.
Yes, explosions and more love story than...
Whether you like it or not, it was a huge blockbuster.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it made just $1 bajillion, and then then they made the game.
Yeah.
Which I think they should take money away from it.
But you
from the movie.
Yeah.
Just for making the game based off of the movie.
It came out in 2007. It was PS2, PS3, Xbox. It was basically on everything. Yeah, it was on everything.
For the consoles at the time.
And it was a third-person game, and you played as Bumblebee in the shape of a Camaro. And my cat's here to visit. I should have locked her up.
Yeah, but you also played as other people, too.
Yeah, you got to play the Decepticon, because there was a Decepticon mode, too. Mm-hmm. And you got to play as, what, Pavlo? Is that who it was?
It was the cop car, wasn't it?
Yeah, Pavlo. Isn't that the cop car?
No, it's not Pavlo. It's
I
can't remember now. Anyway, it was the cop car Decepticon. I don't remember. That's how much I remember that game.
Yeah, it was terrible.
The controls were just ridiculous. The camera angles were just horrible.
Yeah, I kept running into shit.
I mean, you'd be like driving, and there's scenes where you can fly. You play as a jet and stuff, do different missions and stuff like that.
I never got
And it's
that
like you
far.
don't know where you're going. You're just like, you're flying and you do some weird little turn and like now you're flying backwards and this is crap.
It was crap.
Sheer utter crap.
It was.
But speaking of blockbusters, man, how about the Lost World Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Now this, I'm not talking about like they've made a bunch of Jurassic Park games.
They got a Telltale one that's pretty good.
That one's actually supposed to be pretty bad too.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard that it was good.
No.
I don't think Telltale could put out a bad game.
It did.
Did it?
But this one actually was put out in 1997. And this one was just for the PS1 and the Sega Saturn, which the Sega Saturn was just, the graphics on it were crap. The PS1 was actually better graphics.
Now they had a 1993 version too. It
no.
only came out on Sega. That one was crap too.
Yeah. I remember that. I actually had that game.
Did you? I did too.
Yes.
Up until, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, my wife had a Sega Genesis with 142 games, and then her brother took it back. Because I guess it was their childhood. No, he got it. I think he sold it.
Well, that was nice of him.
But yeah, I wish my kids could have played that. But anyways, go ahead. Back. Side-scroller game? Was it a side-scroller?
It was a side-scroller game. The graphics on the PS1 was pretty good. Like I said, the Saturn was crap. Controls were just absolutely atrocious. I mean, you couldn't even control nothing. You supposed got to play as T-Rex. That was their big sell.
Yeah.
You could play as the T-Rex. But I think there was something like 25, 30 levels, and out of those 25, 30 levels, you played as a T-Rex for like 3 or 4 levels.
Huh.
So it's like, here you go, you're done.
See, the original Jurassic Park, you got to play as a Velociraptor.
Yes.
So, that was actually kind of boring.
Yes.
You couldn't do much.
But the thing about this game, Mike, the absolute funniest thing about this game is that if you went through and unlocked all the little missions and saved all the people, there's like 6 people, I think, in the game that you could try and be and save or whatever. Everyone got rescued and saved and everything else. You got to unlock the super secret ending, Mike. The super secret ending.
What is it? I'm scared.
Warning, spoiler alert.
Oh no. A game I'm never going to play, you're going to spoil on me.
Super secret ending. If you unlock it, you unlock Jeff Goldblum's character, Ian Malcolm, Dr. Ian Malcolm.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Cool.
He gets on there and tells you, what are you doing playing video games? Go outside and play.
That's kind of funny.
That is pretty funny, actually. That would actually be worth it just to play it. Just
Yeah.
to see you do that.
Yeah, that would be funny. So, anyways, we're down to pins and needles here. Let's bring up CSI, which has spawned 9 games, but the only one that I was stupid enough to play was the 2003 version that came out on the Xbox.
Yes, which was, again, was multi-platform, Xbox, PS2. I think it came out for the GameCube. Yeah, I think this kind of like spawned the whole point and click, find all the stuff thing, except you can point and click and find semen.
Yes, which they blurred out.
I'm just like, okay then.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much the game. See, now, like, you got your Telltale games and, your Walking Dead, which is Telltale, and all those games like that. What other games like that?
All those hidden treasure games or whatever.
Yeah.
You see 8,000 of them a day that pop up on either apps or ads or in your computer or whatever.
Yeah,
That's the same thing as solving mysteries by finding your hidden treasures.
Yeah, you just point and click and the game advances. There used to be a game, what was that? What was it? Back on the original NES, Shadowgate? Shadowgate.
I remember getting that game too. My parents were pissed. Mom, do you remember that one? She bought me that game. Income tax time. Everyone gets a good treat. I wanted this game. Shadowgate. Ooh, brand new game. $50. Here you go. 3 days later, I beat it.
Yeah, I loved that game.
Yeah, they were upset.
But I mean, I think that's the whole point in Click, because wasn't that game basically you just scroll your mouse
That
over
was just
stuff?
it was yeah. Well, you didn't really scroll. It just like you pushed it over and it went to a
Yeah,
spot on the screen,
yeah,
and then you had to find something. But yeah, it's the same thing, same concept. It's just that one's solving puzzles, which is everything that's based off of solving puzzles.
yeah. So, but anyway, CSI sucked. Don't play it. Don't buy it. Don't rent it. Don't even do any research on it.
Show's great. I love the show.
See, I've never watched the show.
Yeah, the original CSI. I'm now the original CSI Vegas.
I've watched the Special Victims Unit, SVU,
That's
murder
that,
mystery
I
porn.
don't think that's CSI, is it?
No, that's not.
Yeah, that's Law and Order
Yeah.
SVU.
Yeah, Law and Order, SVU.
Yeah, no.
I mean, that's just, I was just saying that's the only crime show I've ever watched.
Well, like I said, the one that CSI is based off in Vegas. There's different ones. There's CSI New York, CSI Miami, CSI Cyber, CSI
New
New
Orleans.
Orleans.
Yeah.
So,
Which got Scott Bakula. I think that got canceled, though. Didn't it? Scott Bakula one?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I know they were out on the military base where my stepdad works. And he got to meet a few of them.
Awesome.
That was just a year ago, so maybe it wasn't that long.
I'd pay money to meet Scott Bakula.
I love Scott Bakula.
I do too.
He's one
I'll
of my
marry
favorite
him.
actors.
I'll go gay for him.
Mm,
No, I won't. But I think about it. So you have that.
Yeah, I'm seriously thinking. I just don't know. No, I can do it. Again, more blockbusters. You got. How about Peter Jackson's King Kong?
Oh, 2005 game. My wife loved this game.
It was a good game. It was a really good game, and I'm not gonna. And let me finish before you know we're talking about horrible games.
Okay.
But it was a really good game for if you're just gonna be out in the jungle and killing things.
Yeah.
I mean, you did get to play as Kong later on. You know, you fought the T-Rexes or whatever and this and that. But it had nothing to do with the movie whatsoever.
No, it didn't.
Other than the characters in the game.
Yeah,
were
Jack Driscoll and Kong
were the same as the characters in the movie.
It was a puzzle. I'm not a big puzzle solver. There's a lot of puzzle solving too.
Yeah, I mean, it had first person. It was first person shooter, whatever, and you played as Jack Driscoll, whatever. And you're going through the island trying to get maneuver, but nothing like Kong never climbs the Empire State Building in the game. He never gets shot down. Never does none of that. He gets there. It's just basically you surviving the island, getting through. And then later on, you find Kong, and you get to end up playing as Kong for like a level or two, and you beat the hell out of some T-Rexes, and you're done. Game over.
Yeah, I remember. My wife beat it, so she loved it. Back on the Xbox.
Easiest 1,000 achievement you can get. You get 100 Gs for every level you beat.
10 levels? I
Yep.
don't remember. Oh, that's crazy.
1,000 Gs. But that's what had me. I mean, it was just the concept was great, and the visual of it was great. It's just it had nothing to do with King Kong, other than King Kong was in it, and you fought some T-Rexes. But the story itself, it had nothing to do with it.
Maybe we should talk about King Kong one episode.
Maybe we should.
Okay, on to the Matrix bundle.
Yes, that's the Matrix. Which the first one is great. The concept of it, the movie itself, was just phenomenal. I mean, it's something that's never been heard of. It's like, what the? Mind blown.
Yeah, I still believe to this day that we're asleep in a breeding chamber somewhere.
I think Mike's just asleep in his mind.
But of course, if I was, I wouldn't be having so many back problems, would I?
That is true.
Everybody would be fairly healthy, unless they throw back problems in there just to fuck with you.
There it is.
Oh, my bad. No, I said it on purpose. Chris got the last two, I think.
I don't think I got the last two.
Well, damn it. Okay. But anyways, the Path of Neo game I liked.
It was pretty good up until you fought the 70-foot tall Agent Smith at the end.
Yeah, that's true.
And Neo's just kind of flying. All Superman style.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. I mean, the fight sequences are really good and stuff, you know.
But the Enter the Matrix one, that one was terrible.
Yeah, not so much. This one actually didn't really have anything to do with Neo and Trinity and all them. It's more Niobe and Ghost, if you don't know who that is. Jada Pinkett Smith and Anthony Wong, I think played Ghost. They were the two other captains of the other ships during the Reloaded and whatever the hashed
Yeah.
Matrix one. But you got to play as them during this one. The thing about this, I mean, it was glitchy as all get out. It was like the camera angles were just horrible. The controls were bad. I mean, I think when this game came out, it was actually the Metascore and everything on it was just like horrible. They gave it just like absolutely horrible ratings. They said that they pushed this. The game felt like it was pushed out way too fast. And I think all they were trying to do is jump on the Matrix bandwagon, trying to make money off of it.
Yeah, put Matrix on the title, send it out there. People will buy it, and they did. I mean, I think the game was fairly moderately successful in sales.
It was.
So I mean, it worked. I mean, the game was shit, but it worked.
Just goes to show you, people.
You know what we should do? We should wait for somebody to get really, really popular, and then like make T-shirts on them, like Mike and Chris Reloaded.
Sounds good.
Because we are getting popular. Almost 200 downloads this month.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me happy.
That makes me happy too, and we appreciate everyone for listening to us.
Yeah, man, makes me blush. Every morning, the first thing I do when I get out of my bed about noon, 1 o'clock. No, it's more about 10:30. The first thing I do every day is I check our YouTube account. See how many downloads we got there, and then I go to our Libsyn account, our website, and check how many we got there. And every morning I'm satisfied and happy. And
in case you guys can't see, Mike's tapping his hand like he's pretending to talk on his phone.
Yes, I was. I forget that I'm talking and you guys can't see me. We need to do video one day.
We will get there one day.
One day we'll do a video.
I've got one more, and I know this is probably going to piss Dane off.
Friday the 13th?
Yes, it is. 1989 Super Nintendo.
Yep.
The game was...
Destroy Jason if you can.
Yeah, I mean, you had to go find the right... I mean, I think when you first get the game, you start out with a rock. That's your weapon, a rock.
Yep.
You're throwing a rock.
But you get to choose between like one of... What is it? 6 characters, I think.
Yeah, 6 camp counselors. Or whatever.
Yeah, 6 camp counselors,
each
and they all have
their own little attributes.
Yeah, they each have different rowing speeds and what.
Oh yes, because you have to row a boat.
Jumping and each one has different abilities.
But basically, the premise of the game is you're just running from Jason.
Yeah, which is what I'd be doing though. And
you got to get to each little cabin or whatever, and you got to find a piece of the mystery to unlock something to beat Jason with certain things or whatever. Which the best weapon in the game was the pitchfork. You had to find you couldn't even beat him until you found his mom's sweater.
Yeah.
Which was almost near impossible to find. And then once you got all that,
I'm nodding my head in case you didn't see that.
But the game to me was just incredibly, incredibly repetitive.
Yeah.
It's like you were just walking around in a circle, which you were, technically, if you looked at the map. The camp was a complete circle.
Big circle, yeah.
But it's just everything, like you would just do everything. It seemed like when you went to the houses to look for the clues, the houses all looked the same. You rode across the same thing. Even some of the characters looked the same, except just like, different color shirt or something.
Yeah, now the new game they got that they're working on right now, that looks pretty badass.
Yeah. Yeah, where you can actually play as
Jason, and it has a whole bunch of different kill shots and stuff.
And I understand this is Nintendo NES, 1989. It's,
yeah,
20, 30 years ago, whatever. But, it's just, again, and I've told you before, I said a game... And I'll sacrifice graphics for a game as long as you tell me a great story. You know what I mean? If you tell me a great story, I'll sacrifice graphics for a game.
Oh, me too. I don't have no problem playing emulators and old games from back yonder when we were children. But
that's the last one I got, man.
Yeah, I'm all out, and we're at 29 minutes, so we'll just talk about our website and our social media accounts and all that good stuff.
You mean our website that's got 176
downloads?
76 downloads.
We still got a podcast to go. We're going to hit 200 for the first time in
Which would
forever.
Be Mike and Chris Reloaded. Libsyn.
Libsyn.
.com.
Yeah.
COM.
Yeah. COM. Com. Not CUM. That would be a mistake.
Also got YouTube, Mike and Christian Loaded.
Yeah.
We got Tumblr.
Tumblr.
We got Instagram.
Twitter.
We got our iTunes.
Yeah, iTunes, Stitcher,
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio.
You always forget iHeartRadio.
I do. And it'd be a big help if you do listen to us on any one of those platforms. iHeartRadio, Stitcher, even YouTube, like it, but iTunes, stuff like that. Drop us a rating. We get 200 downloads this month. That'd be great. But if you give us a rating, even if you hate it, just being rated will actually help increase our traffic to our podcast every week.
Yeah, the better traffic we have, the better things we can do.
Yeah.
And I know we talked about some stuff coming up. We want to do some more contests.
Yeah, we want to do the F word contest.
That's a work in progress right now.
Yeah.
But I know we're going to have other things coming up too. I know next week we're going to talk about
witchcraft. Yeah.
I know it's not
Halloween.
Halloween, but hey, why not?
Yeah, we're going to have an actual practicing witch here, and we're going to ask some questions.
Who will remain anonymous?
Yes, due to the area that we live in, which is Bible country, we're going to...
No.
Yes.
Do we really?
I think so.
Is this the South?
It scared me when I moved here. I'm from Wisconsin, so a town's not a town without a bar.
I'm from Arizona.
Here,
a town's not a town without a Mexican restaurant, man.
Yeah, here a town's not a town without 3 or 4 churches.
The Bible Belt, I think is what they call it.
Yes, they do call it the Bible Belt. But yes, we want to leave her anonymous, so you won't know her name. We'll probably call her Jane. Let's call her Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane Watson.
Mary Jane Watson.
No,
I don't like that. We'll figure something out to call her. But it's going to be a good show, so tune in, and we're gonna, I don't know if we both agree on this being something we believe in, but we're going to give it a fair shake.
We will be very objective.
That's right. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, mostly. Yeah, I'm going to play the good guy. Chris is going to play the bad guy. So it will be entertaining. So make sure to tune in. And then we got other podcasts coming up. We got an anime one that we're going to do next month.
Top 5 anime.
In April.
Yep,
right? April 20th.
We got Dane and...
my brother Kurt. Yeah.
The one that never listens to us unless it's about anime.
That's right. Exactly. He only listens to anime ones. So,
and I, you know what? And I'm going to finish Death Note before that anime.
Well, I hope so because the movie's coming out soon.
And I will include that on my top 5 just for the first 4 episodes I've watched so far. But I will finish it. I will work hard to finish that anime.
It is such a good anime. And we have to pay our respects to the creator of High School DxD.
Oh, no.
No, High School of the Dead.
Yeah,
High School of the Dead just passed today.
Oh,
52.
No, 22nd.
Oh, was it the 22nd? I thought it was just today.
No, 22nd.
52 years old, right?
Yep. Oh, that's horrible.
I mean, that's a good...
That's one of my all-time favorite ones, too.
Yeah. I watched it, and I have to say it's pretty good. So if you haven't... I don't know what it's going to do for... Because they were working on a second season, weren't they?
They were talking about it.
Yeah, they were rumored, so I don't know if we're going to get our second season. But if you haven't seen the first season, you need to go check it out just to pay your respects to the man. It is a good anime.
It is very good.
Very good. But that's all I got for you guys today. So you got anything else, Chris?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, you guys have a good one. Thanks for listening.
Thanks.